Welcome. What's good? This is the COHSS pregame show leading you into the 270 Hoops game of the week. Tonight we are live here at Africentric High School for a City League South Division clash between the Africentric Nubians playing at home, hosting the Columbus South High Bulldogs. With me, I got my man 2N Ken James from Score on Air. Hey man, we got a big one tonight, man.
Absolutely, a huge one. Big time ramifications here early in the season in City League. Coach Spears for South and Coach Bates for Africentric
Yes.
have both built big time programs here in the city. It'll be interesting to see who comes out with the victory tonight.
This is a contrast. This is a contrast of styles. The way that both teams play, both perimeter oriented. And I do want to talk about some of the key players tonight, okay? For South, as you know, state finals last year in Division II, but they come back even loaded. They lost some, but they still bring back a lot. Travell Adams is the point guard. Marcus Johnson on the wing, along with Taquan Symington. They call him Bink in his neighborhood. They love Bink. And also the big man, Sam Barton. Sam Barton can do a lot of things on the floor.
Yeah. For South, they made it all the way to the state championship game in Division II. They moved up a level. They're Division I now.
Yes.
So, the competition might be a little bit stiffer, but they go as the guards go.
And there's still a lot of eyes on South, man. People believe that this team can still accomplish great things.
Yeah.
For Africentric, man, let's talk about them. They also bring a three-headed perimeter-oriented team into this game. Eli Burke, okay, along with Dan Wagner and Callie Davis. Man, talk a little bit about them.
Callie Davis, he's a shooter.
Yes.
He's going to do what shooters do and shoot. And they're absolutely going to need him to be prolific from beyond the arc tonight in this game. And Dan Wagner,
yes,
instant offense. He can go off by himself and get you 10 points when needed, going a little scoring spree. And I think they'll need his scoring absolutely in this game tonight.
Like a mini microwave.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Detroit Pistons back in the day, right?
And like Vinnie Johnson, right?
Yeah, Vinnie Johnson,
Yeah.
absolutely, no question. Let's get into some of these key matchups tonight, okay? Yeah. In the point guard position, Travell Adams versus Dan Wagner, okay? Yeah. Dan Wagner, he's going to want to have to keep Travell in front of him, but also make Travell, I feel like, take outside shots. Mm-hmm. When Travell is going to the cup, man, I mean, he's one of the best in the state because he's so explosive and so athletic.
Yes. It's a big-time matchup. I think Wagner absolutely has to keep Travell Adams in front of him, and I don't think that's going to stop Travell Adams at all.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get to the bucket at will, or at least try to.
Absolutely. Another key matchup, Callie Davis, your shooter, against Marcus Johnson, who could be the top perimeter defender in all of the state. Yeah.
Marcus Johnson, he's a lengthy wing, 6'4". The wingspan is ginormous. It'll be interesting to see if he can get Callie Davis off of his spot around that three-point line. And if he can do that and deter him, he can also, on the offensive end, I'm talking about Marcus Johnson as well, he could get some buckets for you as well.
Absolutely. Marcus is, anytime that South plays their best, Marcus is always a guy that leads them. Points, rebounds, defensively, always. And another matchup, Taquan Symington versus Eli Burke. We're going to call this Bink versus Burke.
Bink versus Burke.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. I think Bink might have the slight advantage, girth size, he can take advantage of that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Burke come back at him. There's no fear in any of these players tonight at all.
I totally agree. And one more matchup, Ernest Johnson. They have a young player at Africentric who's about 6'7", okay? And he's going to have his work cut out with Sammy. Sammy's a wide body. He does a lot of things. He shoots the three. Yeah. Also put it on the floor and go to the bucket. But I want to see what kind of defensive strategy that Ernest Johnson can give towards Sammy tonight.
Yeah. He absolutely could be a defensive factor, being so long, 6'7". There's nobody out there really his size.
Yes.
They can use him big time as a rim protector with all this penetration that South tries to get tonight.
Well, we've got a huge City League South Division matchup. Now, Africentric just came off of a loss to Walnut Ridge in their last game, and South has a huge game tomorrow that we're going to talk about in the halftime, the play-by-play classic, with some superstars coming in the nationwide. So we're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have Zach Fleer and Taylor Whirling from Score on Air and 270 Hoops, Zach Fleer, and they'll get you all set up for the game today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back.
For broadcasting, sports, or film production, the Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250. Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The future of broadcasting is evolving, and you can be on the front line. Digital and traditional media jobs are being created daily, and the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School can help you find your next career. With financial aid and job placement assistance available, the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School provides instruction from industry experienced veterans like me, ready to share their knowledge of the media broadcasting industry. Contact us today at 614-655-5250 or apply online at beonair.com. The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
welcome to the 270 Hoops Game of the Week, powered by Score and Air. I am Tanner Worling with my co-host here, Zach Flair from 270 Hoops. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's going to be a great game here tonight.
Yeah, we got a City League showdown here with Africentric Nubians taking on the Columbus South Bulldogs. Africentric is coming off of a loss here to Walnut Ridge. How will they square off against South here tonight?
Yeah, so when you go across the entire City League, I don't think there's going to be another stretch with teams anywhere in the area, and at least in the City League, with two back-to-back games like this. You got Walnut Ridge, you got South back-to-back. Top two teams in the City League South. It's going to be tough for the Nubians. At home here on Tuesday, they really struggled against those guys. Von Cameron Davis got whatever he wanted for Walnut Ridge. South is a different beast. They pressure you. They thrive in transition. For Africentric tonight, they're going to have to take care of the ball. They're going to have to make some shots and maybe play the game in the half court and slow it down a little bit. They want a chance. They're a young team. They got to get it done. And, if they can win tonight, I think it will change the course of their season and give them the confidence they need to go really far in Division III. So it's going to be a battle, and I look forward to seeing who comes out on top.
And then with this Callie Davis matchup with Marcus Johnson, how do you think this is going to square off tonight?
Well, I think it'll affect the game. Callie's their senior leader. He kind of sets the tone for them. He's their shot maker. Marcus is an eraser on the defensive perimeter. There isn't a better wing defender anywhere in Central Ohio than Marcus, so that's going to be a huge matchup. If he can, kind of erase Callie, it's going to really do things that Africentric offense and maybe shut them down. So,
and looks like we are going to go down to our game side here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
We got the starters here for South: Terrell Adams, Taquan Symington, Chaz Thomas, Marcus Johnson, Sammy Barton. All five of those guys are seniors. For Africentric, you got Callie Davis, who's a senior, Dan Wagner, sophomore, Eli Burke Jr., Ernest Johnson Jr., and Dalen Swain is a 14-year-old freshman, 6'4", big-time potential. If he can break out tonight, that could be a big thing for him going forward.
Here comes a tip-off here. And South wins the tip-off here.
Quan Symington handling the ball here, defended by Eli Burke. What I thought would be the matchup there. They're two big-time athletes.
Got Marcus.
Travell Adams gets inside.
Short.
Dan Wagner with the rebound.
And a quick pass. It looked like a kickball was going to be called, but ended up going out of bounds. Africentric retains possession. Callie Davis inbounding the ball.
Looks like they got Taquan Symington on him. They got Marcus Johnson matched up on Dalen Swain. The matchup here, Terrell Adams against Dan Wagner. Those two played on the same team in the 270 Hoops Fall League. They know each other quite a bit. I think that's also something to watch.
See Callie Davis right here, number 11. And gets called for a travel.
What South's going to do is they're going to really pressure you. They're going to make you uncomfortable. Anytime you have the ball, they're going to be right in your hip pocket. They want to cause turnovers. They want to cause you to be, stressed out anytime you have the ball so they can create turnovers and get out of transition.
Speaking of that matchup with Marcus Johnson, he already caused a travel here. We got Symington.
Looks like they're trying to post up Marcus Johnson there and Callie Davis. Here's the face-up game. Gets to the basket.
And misses again.
Misses. Symington almost with the tip in. Rebound by Ernest Johnson. Pushes ahead to Dan Wagner. Here's Dalen Swain. Drives in.
Misses again.
Misses the layup, but he got to the rim very easily. That's something he does extremely well.
Good pass to Marcus Johnson there by Symington.
And there's transition. When you're playing against South, you have to get back in defense or they're going to greet you down the floor time after time. That's what we saw there. The Bulldogs, they start five seniors. These guys, they've played on the biggest of stages, and they really thrive in transition. So if you're Africentric, you got to find a way to slow down transition. You have to get back, or else it's going to be a long night.
Eli Burke.
Dan Wagner for three. Drains it. When it comes to talent, I think Dan Wagner is the most talented player on this team. I talked to the coaches this week. They're really impressed with the strides that he's made. Overall, it's just an overall playmaker and leader at the point guard spot. If he can make some shots from there tonight, it's going to be huge. Another missed shot by South. Rebound Africentric, and he's fouled by Marcus Johnson. Eli Burke there getting the rebound.
Just over a little bit, 6 minutes left, first quarter. With that shot there made by Wagner, put up Africentric here, early lead.
Dan is a pure shooter. I mean, when it comes to scoring, he's as good as they come in the sophomore class.
And
there's
the alley-oop.
Little too high. Maybe if that was Jaquan Harrison back in 2015, they might have been able to catch that. Eli Burke can fly, but he can't fly that high.
Speaking of Cali, he hasn't really been able to get a lot of separation with him and Marcus, so we'll keep on looking at that later on in the game.
Here's Jaquan Symington, open three. That's short.
A little bit short.
Rebound, Dalen Swain. What Dalen can do, he can push and run, but he's got to take care of the ball. They get another steal there.
Marcus Johnson in. And
misses.
Just rattles off the rim.
Sammy Barton with the rebound, but he's stripped.
Here goes Cali.
Cali Davis.
And
what a block by Travell Adams, but Eli Burke cleans it up. What a block by Travell. I mean, there's not a trio anywhere in the city that is athletic as Travell Adams, Jaquan Symington, and Marcus Johnson. We just saw it there. There's the face-up game there. We got Cali Davis and Marcus Johnson matching up here. Sammy Barton with the three.
And air balls.
No good. We got another transition opportunity here. Dan Wagner, he's also stripped by Chaz Thomas.
Man, good defense by South there.
But South gets back. Their transition defense is incredible.
Seems like it's been a wild game so far.
It's going to be up-tempo.
A lot of turnovers, it seems like.
It's going to be up-tempo. These teams are filling each other out. And the team that takes care of the ball is going to win.
Cali's inside. Passes out back. Eli Burke.
Strong take. He draws the foul. That's what Eli does. He's aggressive. He gets to the rim. He's a great athlete. If he can get, those defenders for South, one of those three wing defenders, if they can get either Marcus, Jaquan Symington, or Travell Adams out of the game, it's going to mean good things for Africentric because those three are great perimeter defenders.
Nubian still up 5-2. Eli Burke at the line. Let's see if he hits this. Knocks down the first one, makes it 6-2.
He's up to 3 points there for Berg.
See if he can knock the second one down to increase the lead to 7-2, just under 5. And knocks it down, 7-2, just under 5.
That's going to be something to watch too, is free throw shooting. Africentric has to take advantage of every single opportunity they get, especially at the free throw line. Chaz Thomas gets an open three.
Makes it.
He makes it.
The rattles, gets a lucky bounce there. See Cali Davis here with the...
Africentric's wanting to run, but, South is just as athletic. If this game's an up-tempo matchup, I think it's going to favor South. They're just going to take care of the ball better. They're all seniors. They've been on this big stage before. You got so many underclassmen.
Cali's up in the corner, and it looks like he travels there.
There's a travel there on Dan Wagner. Sammy Barton comes over and cleans it up regardless. I just love the way South help side defense. They're always accountable. They're always showing up. They're always making the correct rotations. Again, that's just a sign of a well-coached team. Ramon Spears is here in his 9th season for the Bulldogs. For those that aren't familiar with South, when he took the job over, they were 1-21 his first season. Last year they won 28 games and went to the state finals. Incredible job that Spears has done his time here.
Looks like Travell right here.
Travell Adams splits the double team. With the pull-up jumper, no good. There's Sammy Barton again.
Good board there. Draws a foul.
That's what Sammy does on his Worthington. That's going to be something to watch. Those two, a lot of chatter back and forth over the last couple months. South and Thomas are really looking forward to playing each other. But South has a job to do tonight. They can't overlook Africentric.
And
Barton makes the roll.
Makes the second one. Africentric still up 7-6. Good pass there.
Josiah Smith.
And looks like a charge there.
We got a charge drawn. There's looks like Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson comes over, takes the charge. Again, when it comes to defense, he's as good as they come. You won't find another wing defender that has what Marcus Johnson has. And I like what South does too. They have multiple ball handlers. They come at you in waves. Here we go. We got Marcus Johnson setting the offense.
Got Travell Adams on the top now. Passes it off.
Africentric first turnover. I like the way they're defending so far. They're sitting off South. They want them to beat them with the jump shot, and it's causing more of a circus there on the inside. You got so many guys in a tight space, and sometimes that's what happens when you can force turnovers.
Got Eli Burke right here. Guarding him is Maurice Barnes. Eli Burke up top again. See what he does here.
Between junior guards here, between Barnes and Burke.
Takes it in. Oh, he had it.
And he travels again. Africentric has to take care of the ball. You know, you got to value each possession. You can't give South free opportunities because they're going to take advantage.
It was a great drive to the left, too. He could have just put it up, but ends up throwing a little bit too much and ends up with the travel in the play. Trebell dribbling the ball up. And look right there. Marcus Johnson gets
easy
a foul
post
call.
up. They're going to take that matchup. He's got about a 3 or 4 inch size advantage over Callie Davis. 6'4" senior draws the foul there, and he goes to the line. South with a chance to take the lead here.
Be sure to check out Scoring Error on Facebook this week. Like and follow us and see a wide variety of original content, including Loganity. Loganity gets you caught up with the latest wrestling action from WWE, AEW, and much more. Tuesdays from 4 to 6, only on scoringair.com on Facebook. Check out Logan. He's a funny guy there, but as we see South there taking the lead 8-7 now.
Marcus Johnson knocks down both free throws. Josiah Smith here, the ball top of the key. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and he knows it.
Good shot there.
That's a sophomore to keep an eye on.
Transition like we've been talking about.
Sammy Barton gets inside, clears up space, and that's what he does when he gets the ball deep in the paint.
Looks like Africentric tries to do the same thing South does, but not as quick. And like you said, the transition defense by South.
South gets back. You know, you got Maurice Barnes forcing the 5-second call. I've been impressed with the junior guard coming off the bench for the Bulldogs this season. He's done a great job, you know, really setting the table for his teammates. And if he can continue to play like that and provide effort on both ends of the floor, it's really going to help them. Not many teams have a guy they can bring off the bench like Barnes to run the point guard spot and then defend like that.
And as we see again, Travell running the ball up for South here. Looks for a drive, passes it out to Marcus Johnson. Then we got Tariq Symington.
Quan Symington here gets in the middle, forces up a tough shot, gets it to fall.
Knocks it down.
Symington is one of the most powerful athletes.
Looks like there, Dan Wagner just threw the ball away, tried to get it to Callie Davis, but ended up turning the ball over. That's 3 straight turnovers now for Africentric.
I just think Africentric, man, they got to slow the game down. You can't play faster than South. They're just not going to be able to do it. If you do, you're going to get ran out of the gym.
As we see Travell Adams right there. See what he does here. Passes it over to Marcus Johnson. Back to Travell.
One thing I love about South is how patient they are offensively. They're going to take their time. They're going to get a good shot.
Simpson with another pull-up jumper. Knocks it down. Good shot there by Simpson.
Symington with the last 4 points. That mid-range jumper, that pull-up is something he's added to his arsenal. He's really shooting at a high level.
Eli Burke right there. Dribbling the ball.
And we got to carry 4 straight turnovers. You know, if you're Africentric, you can't turn the ball over like this. You're not going to be able to beat this South team by giving them possessions like this.
A little score update is 14-9 South here. The ball. Travell Adams again. Looks like he's going to be the point guard coming up. And he pulls it up. Misses right off the rim. Good board there by Callie. Passes it up to Wagner. Shake and bake. Just off.
Rebound, Travell Adams. South with a 3-on-3 transition. Dan Wagner gets a hand on it. That's a good deflection. When it comes to creating a shot, Wagner's as good as they come in the sophomore class. You know, that's a big-time wing defender he's going up against him, Marcus Johnson, to get that shot off. He can't, though. Those aren't the highest percentage shots. If you're Africentric, you want to get something a little better. But if he can get those off and knock down a couple, I think it'll give him good momentum.
You know, getting that crowd into it also. You saw the crowd getting a little excited there. If you would have knocked it down.
And then in the game, number 4 for South is a senior, Shaheem Pickens.
Marcus Johnson pulls up for 3. Misses. Strong rebound there by South.
Hawkins. And he steps out of bounds, and South turns it over. The Bulldogs have a couple seniors in the game off the bench. Number 4, Shaheem Pickens is a senior. Moved in from Akron over the offseason, a pretty good athlete. He's going to give this Bulldogs team a good boost off the bench.
Well, here we see Dan Wagner dribbling the ball up here. He's looking for a little screen off to the right, but he takes it to the left to the strong side, passes off to Callie Davis. Corner 3, just a little bit over. South
Tyreek Hawkins with the rebound. Here comes Travell Adams. He's got a matchup he probably likes here against Austin Morris.
Marcus Johnson posting up again.
Good cut.
Good cut there. Made basket by Maurice Barnes there.
Barnes has a great floater that he uses. He showcases it there as he gets inside. A very instinctive play by him to cut to the middle. When he saw that Africentric sent the second defender on Marcus Johnson.
Looks like another 5 seconds clock will come. Dan Wagner dribbling it in. Good pass to Callie Davis. Blocked from behind.
Shaheem Pickens comes from behind. The funny thing, South, they call him Akron. They can't pronounce his name. They just call him Akron. He's from Akron. I believe South High School in Akron, actually. Comes down here to Columbus South, and he gets a big block there and helps out defense.
Looks like Travell was going out for a quick rest. 10 seconds left in the first quarter with South leading 16-9. 8 seconds left now.
So
drives it in.
Smith, and he gets
and they call a foul. It looked like he was going to, possibly travel again, but ended up getting the foul there. That is Josiah Smith going to be at the line here with just under 6 seconds here, 5.4. See if he can knock these down and force it in between 5 points.
Africentric needs points here. They need these free throws to go down. It's been a long time since they scored. They could use the momentum here.
Knocks down the first one, Josiah Smith. Springs in within 6 points. And we see Simonson coming back into the game. Marcus Johnson going out for a little rest also. And number 2, Chaz Thomas also going out for South there. Travell Adams back on the court. And misses the second one. 5 seconds left.
Here comes Taquan Symington. Shaheem Pickens with a great pass.
Great pass there. And we're going to go quick to a little break here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back shortly.
Sports gear, that's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts, whatever design you. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear, that's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts, whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
And welcome back to the 270 Hoops broadcast presented by or powered by Scoring Air. Great first quarter there by South as they take the lead into 16-10.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, forcing turnovers in that first quarter. That's exactly what they're going to want to do. If they can make Africentric uncomfortable, force them to move, throw the ball out of bounds, force travels, things like that, they can get into transition. But one thing to watch is they're getting plenty of offensive rebounds. Sammy Barton's got a couple. Shaheem Pickens came in, got one. Tyreek Hawkins has one. Africentric needs to put a body. They can't, afford to give South any more second chance opportunities than what they're getting already.
They also need to get Callie Davis moving. He hasn't been able to knock down any shots, early in the game. Let's see if he can do this in the second quarter.
Well, he's got big-time perimeter defenders on him. South is emphasizing, their emphasis is to shut him down off the ball. So he can't get open for, screens like that. If it's not Marcus Johnson, he's got Taquan Symington. Now he has Travell Adams. Those guys move, and they're as athletic as anybody in the area. Dan Wagner dribbling up top. I love his crossover.
And good rip there. Good drive there. 17 with the beat. Rebound makes it with an and one.
There it is. We talk about it. I literally just said it. Between second chance opportunities and turnovers, that's how you lose the game. That's what South gets right there with the steal and then the offensive rebound by Symington for a chance for the three-point play.
South up 18-10 now. Let's see if Symington can make this free throw, increase the lead to 9 points.
One thing about Symington there on that and one that he had, his second jump is so explosive. There's not many guys that can get back off the ground as quickly as he does.
And good offensive rebound there.
Offensive rebound. Shaheem Pickens for three.
Another offensive rebound by Symington.
That will lose you the game. That will lose you the game. You got to put a body on somebody. There's literally no excuse to give up 2 offensive rebounds. You have to box out. If you don't box out, good night.
A good job by
Ernest Johnson loses the ball over Another again. Turnover. This is a dunk coming soon.
And Chevelle Adams there with the dunk. Puts South up 22-10.
Bulldogs are dominating right now.
And the Nubians take an early timeout into the second quarter.
If South gets in transition, it's game over, and that's what we have just now. 22-10 Bulldogs. They were down there early. I believe it was 7-2 to start off. Now with the 20-3 run, Bulldogs are just showing their muscle, dominating here in transition. If Africentric can't clean up the turnovers, this game's going to get ugly.
With this early lead, 22-10, you think the Nubians can come back?
They have to take care of the ball. You have to take care of the ball. You got to box out. If you don't do either one of those things, you're not going to win.
That's exactly what we saw there with Simonton. Basically back-to-back offensive rebounds, 2 more points on the board. They just have so many big bodies. It just seems like Africentric is just a more guard-based team.
Well, it's not just that. South is all guards. They're just not taking care of the ball, and that's what you have. With South's roster, they'd love to get out in transition. With the 5 guys on the floor right now, they don't have anybody over 6'2" other than Sammy Barton, who's about 6'3". So Africentric's guard-oriented. They're just not taking care of the ball.
It looks like Callie Davis and Dan Wagner are sitting out right now.
Jalen Swain here, the freshman. Almost another turnover. South is very good at getting deflections. Looks like they're trying to get the ball into Ernest Johnson inside, but South's doing a great job of locking down the middle.
And they get it in.
Ernest Johnson, no good. Here's another transition opportunity. He's too big. That's a bucket.
Good bucket there by Simonton. He's having himself a game this first half.
Bink, as they call him, he's up to 10 points. He's dominating in transition. South is, they're literally sending 4 defenders because Africentric is forcing up tough shots. They're getting easy leak-out buckets, and that's what we just saw there.
And that transition there, they had 4 players up court.
They run the floor better than just about anybody, and this is what they practice. If you're the blind eye and you're just watching South and you really don't know anything about them, their play style looks like it's scrambled, looks like it's chaos. They control this. They practice this. There's a strategy behind everything they do. That's why they're so successful.
And again, they're looking for Johnson inside, but they can't find him.
I've been really impressed. Maurice Barnes has been incredible defending the ball tonight.
A shot by
Josiah Smith with the open 3. Another rebound for Chevelle Adams. Again, South is sending 4 guys. They get transition opportunities. There's the big man, Sammy Barton.
Just makes it. He just bodies itself in there. And,
he's so strong inside. You look at him, you wouldn't think he's a great post presence. He's so strong inside. And there's another turnover. Great hustle there by Eli Burke to get back on defense and force the miss.
It looked like he was going up for the dunk there, but...
Oh, he was. But Eli can jump with him, and he forces the miss.
Africentric going in.
There's a travel.
And a travel there.
What you have right now is you have a young Africentric team there being sped up by South. They can't control this tempo. Like I mentioned earlier, they need to slow the game down because you can't run with South. If you don't have the guard play and you don't have the bodies to get them off the glass, you can't run with these guys, and that's what we see right now.
South is looking really strong this first half, like you were saying. They're just running with the young boys, I guess you could say.
They're state runners up for a reason. You don't get there by accident. They came within a few buckets from beating Trotwood Madison. They're Division I now, and they're playing. With the game they have tomorrow, I'm really impressed with their focus here tonight. Most teams could have been caught looking ahead, but that's clearly not the case.
Maurice Barnes with a shot here. Just off
another offensive rebound. You need to box out. Chaz Thomas is smaller than both of those guys he got the rebound from. They didn't box out. That's why South is going to come in. They're going to come in. They're going to get those boards, and we have a South timeout. 26-10. Bulldogs lead. 5:24 to go here in the half. The Nubians need to put a body on somebody. This is an epidemic that I see in high school basketball, especially in the City League. Teams don't box out. It's literally the one thing you can do that it doesn't require any talent. Hitting step-back jumpers requires talent. Finishing dunks above the rim requires talent. Crossovers requires talent. Boxing out requires 0 talent. It's effort. If you don't do that, you'll lose games.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. Even with the JV team, it looked like Africentric just didn't even care about boxing out.
There's things like there's so many things in basketball that contribute to winning that require 0 talent that not enough people do. It's boxing out. It's talking on defense. It's setting good screens. It's working hard on defense. It's working hard through screens, communicating with your teammates, moving without the ball. Those are the things you don't need any talent to do any of those things. Kids in high school basketball right now don't do it enough. The ones that do win. We saw it last week with Larry Bradley.
Over here is Taekwon inbounding the ball here. Passes up to Marcus Johnson.
Posting up on Callie Davis.
Callie goes up, just a little short, but Sammy with the rebound. Puts it up, a little bit short, but there you see Eli Burke with the board.
Austin Morris here driving in. Tough finish. Eli Burke almost gets the tip, and there's Josiah Smith once again. I've been impressed with the energy level that he's brought to the Nubians tonight. He's getting some offensive rebounds, getting to the line, getting fouled. He's been their best player so far, in my opinion.
It looks like South's trying to run a play here. Got Sammy. Got Barnes. They're looking for that post up again with Marcus Johnson. They found Simonson again with the pull-up.
Pull-up jumper.
Just a little bit off.
Josiah Smith with the rebound, pushes ahead to Callie Davis, and he's fouled by Sammy Barton.
It's actually, honestly, a good foul there by South because they were in, possibly even going up for that layup there. Maybe even a pull-up jumper with Callie in the way he can shoot. Good foul there. Still 26-12 here. South leading.
Callie Davis defended by Chaz Thomas.
Turns the ball over again.
Sammy Barton forces the steal there. I love the active hands of South off the ball. All five guys. It's man. It's ball you man. That's what they do on the defensive end. And help side, they're constantly looking to cause turnovers. That's how you see it there.
Looks like they overturned the call there. Africentric gets the ball back there. Looks like there was a slight deflection. The other referee across the court called it.
I like the versatility of South on the defensive end as well. These guys, they can switch about anything with their current lineup. Dalen Swain's the biggest guy on the floor, but he's a freshman. He's only 14 years old. South is so physical, they can switch those screens, and you can even put a guy like Maurice Barnes on him.
Eli Burke with the drive there. The acrobatic finish, and just rattles out for the and one, but he's going to the line for two here.
Eli's a kid that he can get to the basket. He just has to play in control. He has a tendency to be out of control at times and, force a little bit. If he can find a way to become more efficient with his athletic gifts he has already, it's going to make him really good.
The Nubians need these two free throws to go down here.
They need free throws, they need stops, and they need to box out. If they can find a way to get this game to, an 8 or 9 point deficit by the end of the half, they'll like their chances in the second half. If it's a double-digit game, though, it's going to be a long night for the Nubians.
As he knocks down the first one to make it 26-13, it should be.
Here's Burke for the second one.
Just rattles out.
Sammy Barton gets the rebound. Eli Burke and Josiah Smith leading the Nubians with 5 points each.
Javale Adams here looking.
Good deflection by Dalen Swain.
Callie Davis on the transition here. Let's see what. And good defense right there.
Chaz Thomas gets back, forces a deflection. Those are winning plays right there. They don't show up in the stat sheet. They don't show up in the write-ups. They don't show up on the videos. Those are winning plays right there, getting the deflection on the fast break.
Going up top here to Josiah Smith right here.
And for those that know anything about Nubian basketball over the last couple of years, Josiah Smith is the younger brother of Houston Smith, now a senior at Bethune-Cookman playing Division I basketball.
And a good drive there, but Callie Davis just comes up to finish.
Got to finish. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. You face a state title team like South, you have to take advantage of every little opportunity, and that's you can't miss layups like that. Sammy Barton drives baseline. Shamar Lindsay here with the ball.
See what Marcus Johnson can do here.
I love how composed Marcus is. He doesn't play out of control. He picks his spots really well.
Simonson with the long range, just a little bit over. Another offensive rebound.
Sammy Barton's got 5 offensive rebounds tonight. There's another one, and they force a foul.
Eli Burke now boxing out again.
Got to put a body on somebody. That's what Coach Michael Bates is saying right now to his guys. You have to box out. I mean, they've given up probably 10 offensive rebounds tonight simply from not boxing out. That's a lack of effort, and you'll lose every single time.
And looks like Javale Adams with the ball here. Looks like they're going to try and post up Sammy here. They get him.
And they almost hit us here at the table behind the basket. Africentric forces a turnover. They're down 26-13. There's 3:15 left. If I'm the coach now, I'm telling my guys, we need to lock down. We need to box out. We need to stop turning the ball over. If we can get this under 10 points, we'll have a shot here in the second half. But if not, South, they're not going to relinquish this lead.
And a good drive there. And another block.
Another chase down block. Travell Adams is big time. He can clean up the rim. He did it in the state title game. When they played Trotwood Madison, he was the most athletic guy on the court. If you know anything about Trotwood, they have athletes every year. They just won a state football championship. That's where Travell really, made his difference. Dan Wagner comes off a screen. He gets the corner three, and it's short.
A little bit short, but Callie Davis there.
South end box out. That's what happened. Dalen Swain hits the three.
Just on the 10. Just on the 3 minutes there,
They're down 10. If they can get a stop here and get another bucket, it's going to mean big things for them. They almost forced the turnover. Travell Adams with the ball. He's so under control all the time. I love the senior guard. He's an elite, unsigned senior. College programs need to take notice because he can really play, and he's a 4.0 student as well.
Marcus Johnson with the drop in there. Good pass inside there. Good.
Samara Lindsay with the bucket. Great pass from Marcus Johnson, as you mentioned. That's something he does really well. It's an underrated part to his game.
Good pass by Wagner there. But another turnover, it seems like.
Another turnover, and see if South can execute in transition.
Good pass inside again.
Another offensive rebound. There's two.
And a good save there by Zach Flair in the booth next to me as we almost get hit again.
Hey, man, I've been filming this year, so I'm on the baseline. You got to be ready at any point. And, we saved the possession there. And, South, again, Africentric, they're not boxing out. You almost get two offensive rebounds, and they keep possession.
Simonson comes in. Marcus Johnson. Oh, good block there by Callie Davis. They get the board.
Good save by Eli Burke. Another steal.
Travell Adamson.
Refs are really letting them play. Yeah. I like how physical it is. Let's hope they can be consistent here in the second half.
And a good drive there.
Dan Wagner with the score in transition. Again, man, when it's just him in the basket, he can really score the ball. They're going to need more out of him in the second half.
Simpson finds open. South open.
Chaz Thomas for three.
And almost another offensive rebound there.
Ernest Johnson, 6'6". And for the best coverage of Central Ohio basketball, there's no other option than 270 Hoops. Visit us today at 270hoops.com, on Twitter at 270hoops, and on Instagram at 270hoops. We're constantly posting new content, and you can see everything there is about Central Ohio basketball all in one place.
Callie Davis. Oh,
another deflection by Chaz Thomas. Again, Chaz is a kid on this team. He doesn't get a lot of recognition, doesn't get a lot of fanfare. Terrific. He's a great team player. Reminds me a lot of Alvin Bird from last year. He's kind of their glue guy, does the little things that lead to wins. That's his second deflection here in the quarter.
And as we see Dan Wagner here at top, dribbling Travell Adams on him. Look for a little screen, pick and roll.
Nice floater.
Good floater, and knocks it down.
He's got so much in his bag on offense. I mean, he can do everything on the offensive end. If they can get him to turn up in the second half, they're down 8, like I mentioned. If they can keep this under 10 points, they're going to be in a position to win. They just have to box out.
Marcus Johnson inside again. Looks like a travel. Nubians playing great defense in the half here.
They just under 48. They have to take advantage. You're down 8 points here. You got 48 seconds left. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they hold the ball for the last shot. And that's what Coach Bates signals here. You got 45 seconds left. They want to keep this game in a couple possessions, keep it under 10 points. That's what the Nubians want going into halftime.
I'm thinking of a Callie Davis off ball here. The final shot.
He's going to be, Taquan Symington's going to be all over that. If you're Africentric, though, one thing to watch out, they like to go fast.
Good board
There's
there.
Callie. There he is, like you mentioned, making an impact.
28.
Offensive rebounds, that's what wins games. When you get offensive rebounds, you force turnovers. That's how you can creep back. We got 15 seconds left, 28-22, South leading. Africentric looking for the big stop here to end the half.
They're going to go to Simpson here, it looks like. Just on the 5, and then they go back to Travell. Pull up, knocks it down. 30-22 going to the half. Travell Adams with that Nice pass by Simonson there to draw up the play.
Cold-blooded. The senior is cold-blooded. He's played on the biggest levels. He's built for this. Again, if you're a college program and you're watching this right now and you need a point guard, I don't know why you wouldn't look at that kid. He can do everything on the floor. He's smart, he's tough, and he's a leader most importantly, and that's what he does. He makes big plays like that.
And we're going to take a quick break here, but just before we cut the break, there we have the COHSS halftime show coming up with the score 30-22 with the South Bulldogs on top here.
Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250. Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The future of broadcasting is evolving, and you can be on the front line. Digital and traditional media jobs are being created daily, and the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School can help you find your next career. With financial aid and job placement assistance available, the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School provides instruction from industry-experienced veterans like me, ready to share their knowledge of the media broadcasting industry. Contact us today at 614-655-5250 or apply online at beonair.com. The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
welcome. This is the 270 Hoops Game of the Week. We are now at the COHSS halftime show. 30-22 at the half. South High with the lead. I want to give my man Two-Win Ken here, right?
Yeah.
It started out a little bit rugged for South. It looked like they were having a little bit of trouble with the pressure that Africentric was putting on.
Africentric came out a little bit edge.
Absolutely. I did feel like it was a tale of two quarters, though.
Absolutely.
I felt like South early again was having trouble with the pressure. They wasn't getting a lot of their shots to fall. But then I think in the second quarter, South started to relax a little bit. The defensive pressure that South can put on you, man, between Taquan Symington, Marcus Johnson, Travell Adams, it's just so much pressure. And eventually you're going to have turnovers, missed shots, blocked shots. Travell Adams had a couple big ones in the first half. And eventually they just get out on the break on you and they're able to extend the lead.
Yeah. I would say South dominated the rebounding there as well. They got a bunch of second chance points.
Absolutely.
But early in that second quarter, the young Dan Wagner from Africentric, he kind of got the momentum back on Africentric's side coming into halftime.
Absolutely. Dan Wagner had a big half. I believe he had 7 points. Eli Burke with 5. And then Josiah Smith, the sophomore, he also had 5 points. And for South, it was Bink. Bink with a big half, 10 points. Travell Adams had 4. Marcus Johnson had 5. And Sammy Barton had 5 as well. What about Sammy on the defensive and offensive glass for South?
He's dominating. They can't. Africentric has the length, but they haven't been able to contain him on those second chance rebounds and putbacks. And ultimately, that's been the difference in the game.
And I also feel like South just physically, they look so strong, so explosive. Travell at the point guard position, he looks like a running back.
Explosive.
He's so athletic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the keys that Africentric can do in the second half to get back in the game.
Yeah, I would say you have to run your offense through Wagner and see if he can continue the scoring onslaught and then kind of feed off of him. But you need the 6'7" kid and
Ernest Johnson
and the freshman. You need them to grab some boards.
Also, the senior Callie Davis, he has to get going as well.
Absolutely.
So 30-22 at the first half. This is the COHSS halftime show. We're going to go to break and we'll get you back over to the guys in the booth for the second half.
Yeah.
Powered by Scoring Air and Ohio Media School. We got the second half coming right back to you as South brings up the ball.
Something to watch here. Africentric's playing a little bit of a pack line defense, kind of like what we saw with Bradley. South has to hit shots, or it could get interesting here in the second half, and they get another transition opportunity with Dalen Swain. Good finish by the freshman.
24-30 now. Africentric just down by 6.
Off pure talent and upside, I think Dalen has a chance to be as good as any freshman in that 2023 class. Great finish there in transition by him.
Sammy Barton passes over to Taquan Symington here. They're looking like good pass there from Marcus Johnson.
Great
good
finish.
Travell Adams there.
That's South's identity. They love to get in the middle.
Callie Davis,
Good
good
move
hop
by
step.
Callie.
and
Got to
just
finish.
it.
Got to finish. Another transition opportunity.
Good foul there.
Travell Adams.
Good drawing.
Travell Adams does a terrific job, drawing fouls, creating contact, and that's what he does there. He's got great body control, and then, he can throw himself into opponents and, get whistles just like that, and he's got a chance to extend the game back to double digits.
I did like the way the Africentric came out to start the game, but still they're turning the ball over again. It's just not the way, but he misses the first one.
I mean, if they can find a way to limit the turnovers, not give up so many offensive rebounds, and continue to play that, excellent half-court defense, that's where they're going to have their chance to come back.
And it's going up for the second shot here. Makes it.
Makes 1 of 2, and Adams has all 3 points here for South in the second half.
See the Nubians going down. Callie Davis looks over. He's got Dan Wagner in the corner. Just a little bit off.
Great rebound there by Sammy Barton.
Let's see what South can do here. Passes over to Symington. Another pass.
I love the way they move the ball, man. They get good looks. All 5 guys play for each other. They don't care who scores the most points. They just want to win, and that's why South's so successful.
And as we see Sammy Barton here dribbling the ball, as if he's a point guard and passes over to Simonton.
Well, what South is going to do, they want to bring them out of this defense. They want to make them come out and guard, space them out so they can get easy attempts going to the rim.
And, pull up right there by Travell. Just off, but it looks up. Eli Burke passes
Great pass. Great finish by
Good
Burke.
finish there. Could have been an one, but
excellent pass, even better finish. That's great transition basketball there by Africentric. Let's see if they can take advantage and get another stop here.
Sammy Barton pulls up and just a little bit off there.
You got momentum here for the Nubians at home. You have to ride on that. You got to take advantage. There's an open look. Ernest Johnson lays it in. I like that. A lot of kids would have tried to dunk there. Take the points. You're down 5 points now. Great bucket. Maybe that'll get him going. That's his first bucket of the game as well.
Simonton here. Let's see what we can do. He was a monster in the first half. Let's see if he can continue in the second half. Good defense there by Africentric.
They're just packing it in. I mean, they're sitting back and they want to see if South can make shots to beat them. That's another tough drive. And there's Travell Adams. He is everywhere. He's on the offensive glass. Again, if you're Africentric, you need to box
and Wagner's
out.
open.
He kept his dribble. He's on the ground, and he's continuing to keep his dribble. They get the timeout, and that saves him a possession there.
It looked like he was going to do a little step back three-point shot there, but couldn't get it down, and it ends up falling on the ground.
And then just taking a look at that last bucket for South. Nobody put a body on Travell Adams. He literally walked right down the lane, and he gets the easy tip in. If you're Africentric, you have to box out. If you don't box out, you're not going to beat these guys. And literally, again, I'm going to stress it again. Boxing out requires zero talent. Mm-hmm. It is all effort. If you don't do it, you're going to lose. That's what Africentric needs to do. They're down 7 now. They have a chance to take advantage. You got to clean up the offensive glass. If you don't do that, good luck, because South's going to take advantage every single time.
And it's just the basics too. Like boxing out is a basic basketball move that you learn in the, when you're a little child, playing.
It's just effort. These guys have to do it. It's effort. If you don't do it, good luck. You're not going to win most games, especially when a team is as talented or more talented than you. You have to lock down all those little things. That's how you win against teams like South that are state title contending teams.
Let's see what Coach for Africentric here draws up here. See if they can free up Callie Davis, I'm guessing.
Coach Bates is really good. Out of timeout plays, this is what he does. See what they can get open. Great play there.
Pass there.
Dalen Swain gets inside. He's fouled by Taquan Symington. The freshman, can create his own shot. He's a talented finisher when he gets to the rim, and that's what he does there, drawing the foul.
Looks like, let's see if Swain can knock these down, make the lead, cut the lead to 5 here for Africentric.
He's got a nice shot. He's got very good form on his shot, good natural release. And with Dalen, he's even bigger. I saw him. He played at our 270 Hoops intro event back in August. He was about 6'3" now. He's looking more towards 6'4", 6'5" right now. Big time upside. Again, he turned 14 just a few months ago. He's very young.
And just a little bit off.
Makes 1 of 2. Sammy Barton gets the rebound. He pushes in transition.
Take one.
For Africentric, this is where you have to lock up. They played great half-court defense as of late. They can continue to keep the ball out of the paint, and on the perimeter for South, they're going to have a good shot because South isn't the greatest perimeter shooting team. If they're not making shots, they're not getting offensive rebounds, it can be tough for them to score.
Back out to Simonton again. Marcus Johnson, Travell Adams.
Great pass there out of Symington in the paint. Chaz Thomas buries the 3.
Puts the lead up for South, back up to 9. As we see Wagner dribbling the ball down again. Swain passes it off.
That was a great pass by Symington. Got in the paint, delivered an accurate pass, and there's another turnover created.
Symington there. And they give him the charge.
Callie Davis takes the charge there, sets his feet. Symington picks it up. Coach Pierce not very happy with the call.
2 quick fouls there by Symington. See if they're going to take him out of the game here.
That's his third foul. That's something to watch. I mean, he's kind of the heart and soul for these guys. They're going to bring Maurice Barnes in for him. Barnes has been a great spark off the bench. He doesn't have the athleticism and, game-wrecking ability that Symington has. So, again, that's something to watch. Africentric's down 9 here. If they can find a way to get this lead deficit into about 5 or 6 points before the fourth quarter, they're going to be in business here, in the last frame.
And as we see Eli Burke dribbling the ball up for Africentric here, see what he can do. So passes it off to Callie Davis. Maybe a little isolation here. Picks up his dribble, passes it off to Eli Burke again.
I love the matchup between Burke and Barnes tonight. Barnes has done a terrific job.
Another 5 seconds
Forces another 5-second call. That's the second one he's forced tonight.
As you see Marcus Johnson here dribbling the ball up for South. Going back to Travell Adams here. Back out to Barnes. Johnson, Travell.
South loves, they love the weave. They love that play. They practice it all the time. That's how you get open looks like that. Just fail to convert.
Another offensive rebound there. Travell Adams, the smallest guy in there too.
And the problem you just saw there is you had 2 players for Africentric trying to leak out and get transition buckets. You have to get inside and rebound against these guys. You're not going to beat them in the open floor anyways. You got to shorten the game. You got to slow it down. You have to get rebounds. If you don't clean up the offensive boards, they're not going to win. That's what South has done here in the second half. Africentric has to box out. You can't be running out, trying to get fast breaks. You need to put a body on somebody, get defensive rebounds.
Eli Burke here dribbling the ball up for Africentric. Good pass in there. It looks like it went off Callie Davis last, and it did. Good defense by South there.
Do you have custom shirt or hat needs? Contact Mojo Sports Gear at 614-864-6656 or visit mojosportsgear.com to see their amazing selection. Be sure to stick around after the game as we bring you the Mojo Sports Gear player of the game every single week.
See Callie dribbling ball down with the rebound, coming back with that
Davis
South
gets inside. He finds the open shooter in the corner. That's Josiah Smith. Pulls up for 3. No good.
Good rebound there by
There's an
Callie
offensive
Davis.
rebound leading
Eli
to
Burke
an open shot.
Just falls again. Another offensive rebound there. Callie's open.
South not
Decides
boxing
not to
out.
shoot.
They're not boxing out. That's what happens. That's how you get 2 straight possessions. We'll see if Africentric can take advantage. It's over there. Callie Davis to Ernest Johnson for 3. No good. Another board. Dan Wagner.
And Wagner knocks it down.
Got it. When you give up 3 offensive rebounds, that's what happens. The team who's hustling like that and getting those boards are bound to hit a shot, and that's what happens with Dan Wagner. We'll see if that gets him going. That's his first bucket of the second half.
Looks like Marcus Johnson trying to post up on the Callie Davis again.
I mean, it's Africentric. They're playing a bit of a pack line defense here. They want to force everything outside. They don't want South to get inside easily. But when you play this defense, you have to rebound. If you're not going to rebound, there's no point in playing it because South's just going to throw it up, get inside, and get the board. Tyreek Hawkins drives. What a score.
Good floater there. And looks like a wild pass by Callie Davis. Overthrows it again. Another turnover there for Africentric.
If I'm Africentric, they don't need to run with South. They're not more athletic than South. South is going to beat them down the floor. You got to slow the ball. You got to slow the game down. Move the ball around. Get open shots. Get guys like Dan Wagner and Callie Davis going. You're not going to beat them down the floor like that.
Travell Adams here dribbling the ball down for South. Passes it off to Marcus Johnson here. Callie Davis is really close. The 5 count.
Tyreek Hawkins with the ball in the corner. He's a senior wing, about 6'5", playing his first big-time varsity action for these guys.
Good drive there, and it looks like a little push on Africentric. I believe Callie Davis. Or nope, it was Dan Wagner there. It's a good drive there, though. By Travell Adams.
That's 3 on Dan Wagner as well. We'll see if they take him out or they trust him to not pick up a 4th. He's their best scorer. They need to have him in the game if they want to have a chance to come back.
Marcus Johnson inside, passes out the...
Maurice Barnes pulls up for three.
Another
offensive rebound. Literally box somebody out. That's all it takes. Put a body on somebody. They're going to...
I was thinking more of a clear path foul, but...
That's only in the NBA, so...
Yeah. And it was an intentional foul there. He did get a little bit of a ball, but it looks like he just got a little bit more body.
He hacked him. That was...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's intentional. I think that's a good, clean foul in the open court. But for Africentric, here's an opportunity. You got 40 seconds left in the second half. You're down 8 points. If you can hit these free throws, you get possession back. You can then make a shot. You can be down as much as 5 or 6 points. Like we mentioned, if that's what they can get, going into the fourth quarter, they're going to have a shot. Ron Jacobs misses the first.
He needs this. They need this to knock down here with the ball going back to him. Still down by 10 or 8 actually. Misses the second one also. Still an 8-point lead by South here.
You saw there with Jacobs, his shot form. He's shooting that ball with 2 hands. He's got to fix that. He's got to fix it for him on his shot if he wants to have a consistent release and rotation. When you're shooting it, almost shot putting it with 2 hands there, it's hard to make free throws. But with the intentional foul, Africentric keeps possession here. Still down 8. If you can get a bucket, maybe cut it to 5. That'll do good things for you.
And let's see if they even.
Daniel Swain with the nice crossover, gets inside.
Good offensive rebound there.
Great rebound by Maurice Barnes. Great pass by Shaheem Pickens. Here's Dan Wagner controlling.
Just rested again. Let's see if South makes a final shot here with 5 seconds left.
This would be a backbreaker if it goes in.
Oh, they called the... He's shooting 3 points.
Wow, and they call it on the shot. Callie Davis is going to get 3 free throws here to possibly cut it to a 7-point game.
And let's see if he can knock them all down. See if he got the ice in his veins here. Knocks down the first one. And just rattles off the second one.
Uncharacteristic miss there for Davis. He's usually money at the free throw line. See if he knocks this one down, cuts it back to 8 points.
Knocks down the second one.
The second.
And we're going to take a real quick break here. This is the 270 Hoops Game of the Week presented by Scoring Air and Ohio Media School here.
Hey, Adam.
Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
By Score on Air in Ohio Media School. Before we get in the fourth quarter here, got a couple score updates across the area. Pickerington North is leading Gahanna 35-29. Africentric calls a timeout here. That's a big-time matchup in the OCC Ohio. Pick North. I think Gahanna's playing without Sean Jones with a groin injury, so that's something to watch. In the CCL, you have St. Charles leading over Bishop Watterson 56-26 after 3. Uncharacteristic for Bishop Watterson. They're usually pretty tough, play great defense. St. Charles is getting everything they want right now. In this MSL, Buckeye, Fairfield Union leads after 3, 40-31 over Circleville. And then our other top game of the week is between Worthington Christian and Grandview Heights in the MSL Ohio. This is a surprising one. Grandview is up 47-29 after 3. The Bobcats are dominating. It looks like Brian Collier is sparking a 7-0 run by himself. The last time these two teams matched up, district semifinals last year, Brian Collier was the difference. Seems to be the difference tonight as Grandview looks to establish themselves in the MSL Ohio in a very tough division. That would be a huge win for them if they can hang on.
And as you said, Sean Jones out for Gahanna. What a player he is. I got to see him in the 270 fall league.
Sean's incredible at the point guard spot. He changes the game. He's a leader. He's a veteran, tough kid. I believe he's out. He didn't play on Tuesday. Groin injuries take some time to heal. So, if he's out again, that's going to be tough for Gahanna to score points. Well, that's a pretty low-scoring game between those two teams, 35-29. We'll see if Gahanna can come back on the road.
And as we see Africentric, after the timeout, Callie Davis passes it in. Dan Wagner up top. He pulls up for a three-point. A little bit short there. And a good rebound there by Sammy. He throws it up, and a good defensive play by Callie Davis to break it up on the transition. Nice defensive play there as Africentric is still down by 8 points.
Nubians need to get a big stop here. You're down 8 points. There's 7.5 minutes left. At some point, you got to make a run, and it has to be now for the Nubians.
As we see Travell Adams at the top here. Back up to Marcus Johnson. Travell Adams again. Drives it in. He looks for the pull-up. Just a little bit short. Callie Davis with the rebound.
Rebound, and Dalen Swain with the ball for Africentric.
And it's a travel.
There's a travel. He shuffled the feet. That's a good call. Tough break for Africentric. You got to get another stop here. 7:15 to go, down 8 points.
See Marcus Johnson. They're trying to do that little bit of a defense up court. Good drive there.
Reese Barnes.
And
you got a jump ball here.
It's good. There's still no boxing out here for Africentric, and that's why we see another jump ball.
You don't get the offensive rebound. You don't get the defensive rebound. You have the jump ball. If South keeps possession, they get another chance to go up double digits. There's an easy shot.
Symington.
Taquan Symington gets his first bucket of the second half. Missed most of the third quarter with foul trouble. They can keep him back. Him and Dan Wagner guarding each other right now. They both have 3 fouls.
Oh, and good pass there by Symington. And intentional foul looks like being called again.
Like you mentioned, kind of a clear path foul. That's what we have here. That would have been showtime for Marcus Johnson on the open floor.
I'm not quite sure who will be at the line here. I believe it's Marcus Johnson.
Eli Burke picks up his third foul for Africentric. Marcus Johnson will get 2 free throws, and South will retain possession. This was much like what Africentric had at the end of the third quarter when they couldn't convert.
Misses the first one, Marcus Johnson here. 46-36. South still up by 10. Just a little bit over 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Misses both of them. It's a good break for Africentric there. Not necessarily a good foul, but missing both of them is huge for Africentric there. So still hold, still double-digit lead, but let's see if they can box out here.
Both
what
teams
they've been
really
looking for.
failed to convert.
And they force a turnover. Eli Burke.
Dan Wagner.
Eli Burke, and it looks like a little deflection. Good defense there by South. Transition defense of like what you've been talking about the whole game. They're a fast-paced team.
They get back on D. They're not going to give you anything easy in the open floor. That's Taquan Symington coming from behind to get the tip. Africentric trailing by 10 here. They need a bucket. A guy like Eli Burke could be someone that comes alive if he can score here. Shaheem Pickens guarding Callie Davis real tight there on the perimeter, trying to force a 5-second call.
And it looks like
Davis
a little
draws
bump.
the foul on Pickens there. The next foul for South will be 1-and-1 free throws for Africentric. The Nubians have kind of struggled at the line tonight. If they want to come back, they got to knock those opportunities down.
See Burke going off the screen, and then Burke dribbles through, and then a turnover there. Another turnover by Burke.
Just trying to do too much, man. You don't have a scoring opportunity, and you don't have anything open. You just got to pick your dribble up, pass it out, reset the offense. Africentric just had so many empty possessions tonight where, they just don't seem like they have a clue on what they're doing. Dribbling too much, dribbling into traffic. South wants you to dribble into the double team so they can force turnovers. Africentric has done, that, playing right to their game plan, and that's why they're up 10 here.
As you see Barnes dribbling up the ball for South here, passing it off Marcus Johnson. Callie Davis, huge defense on there.
Marcus Johnson gets in the lane. Misses
a little bit
the
short,
attempt.
and another offensive rebound by Marcus Johnson.
Gets
knocks
his
it
own
in.
Miss. That's been the name of the game for South. They probably have 20 second chance points tonight, just off effort alone. Africentric's not boxing out. On the replay, and just watch that play once again. Marcus was not touched. He put the shot up. He wasn't touched. No one put a body on him. That's how you get the rebound.
Dan Wagner passes to Callie Davis who drive. Good pass there.
Good dish
Just couldn't
off.
finish.
Josiah Smith misses the free throw, and here's Saquon Symington in the open floor, and he misses it. Dan Wagner with the ball in transition. You got a 4-on-3.
Callie Davis is open. Knocks it down. Spot up shooter there. Callie Davis knocks it down to 3.
That's his first 3 of the night. But they don't get back on defense, and that's how you give up the easy buckets. Shaheem Pickens scores there for South.
As we see Callie Davis going up the court now. Driving it in.
Another strip by Marcus.
Dan Wagner for 3. Just a kind of a wild shot there. And a
tough
reach in.
rebound by Taquan Symington. If he played football, he would be an incredible running back. How strong and just tough he is. He stays low to the ground. He's like a bull in a china shop. You can't stop that dude. He's too strong. He's a grown man. I mean, look at his body compared to most of these guys for Africentric. He's a grown man. Sammy Barton's the same, and that's why the South team's so good. They're just so physical.
Yeah, that core 3, as we said, with Marcus Johnson, Symington, and
Trevell
Adams. They've been playing great here. And also just the starting 5 in general has been playing great. Offensive rebounds have been great for South. And as you said,
turnovers, getting in transition. South calls a timeout, leading 50-39, 4:51 to go. Africentric, game's starting to slip away here. They need to get a stop. They need to hit some shots. If not, South is going to grind this game out, and they're going to, improve to 4-0.
South, they'll be going into this game tomorrow. Looks like, as of right now, going in undefeated. And they're going to be facing another great team in Central Ohio with Thomas Runnington. Do you have any predictions on the game so far, just going into tomorrow?
That game's going to come down to defense. I had, in our fall league, Sammy Barton and Jalen Solinger played on the same team. And literally all 5 weeks long, they were bickering back and forth about who was going to win that game. We had a playoff matchup in that league where Jalen Solinger matched up with Trevell Adams. Adams seemed to take the matchup personally. He was hitting some shots, getting to the rim. Jalen has to play defense like he did the other night against Hilliard Bradley. It's going to start on the defensive end for Thomas. We all know they're talented and they can score. They have to show that they're just as tough, or South's going to relish that opportunity and make them uncomfortable. So that's going to be a big one. 3 o'clock, Nationwide Arena. For both teams, it's their first time playing in a big arena like that with a deep backdrop from the court or from the basket. So that's going to be something to watch. Both of those teams have really never played in a scenario like that. South did last year in the state tournament, so that can serve them well.
Symington open, and then he passes off to Trevell Adams here. Marcus is moving the ball around, looks like, trying to waste a little bit of time here, in which it's good strategy here by South.
Austin Morris defending the ball here against Taquan Symington. They force a
good
turnover.
strip.
Good deflection by Marcus Johnson.
Good finish. Good finish.
What a finish by Dalen Swain. Showing the bounce to hang in the air like that. Taquan Symington contested it, had high hands, stayed in the air a long time. Swain showed the body control to be able to adjust and finish there.
Jav Adams going inside again. Good block there.
Ernest Johnson with the block. Symington cleans it up.
Let's see what they can do here in transition. And
another
good poke there by Jav Adams.
These guys are so alert defensively.
Good block there by Johnson.
That's his second block. Big man's coming alive.
Swain going in. Good finish there. 43-52.
What a finish by the freshman. That is a freshman making big-time plays. Africentric need to get a stop, though. You're still down 9. Dalen Swain coming alive. I love his intensity and confidence.
They had him. They had Sammy in the paint there.
Africentric looking to trap everything and cause some havoc here. Dalen Swain at 6'4", guarding on the perimeter. He can move his feet really well.
They called the 5. Oh, nope. They called the reach-in. Never mind.
1-and-1 shot. The next foul for both teams. You're going to the line. You have to convert at the free throw line. If South struggles to hit free throws, that's where the door could open for Africentric to come back with that confidence they're playing with right now.
And I've received Barnes going to the line here for South. Let's see if he can knock it down. Then force the lead to 10 points here for South. With just a little bit over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And just make sure you guys stick around for the post-game show presented by COHSS with Ken James, as you know, as Toon and Ken, and also Derek Owens, as they show the Mojo Sports Gear player of the game. And Barnes misses the first free throw there. Fast break here for Africentric. Callie Davis and gets the blocking foul there.
And Callie's going to the line. You like that. If you're Callie, he's an excellent free throw shooter. He's got to convert on these. He knocks these 2 down. It's a 7-point game. If South continues to struggle with the free throw line, that's where the door opens for the newbies to maybe come back here. They're playing with great intensity. I like the effort and the confidence. They just have to convert the line.
Knocks down the first one. Down to 8 points now. Misses the second one there.
Sammy Barton with the board.
Passes it up. He's open. Doesn't look for a shot though. Symington with the ball now. Back up top. Symington, good drive there. Good up and under. Gets the foul called.
He is so explosive. I mean, you have a luxury athletically when you have 3 guys like that. I mean, I've seen these guys play for the last 3-4 years. I still can't decide. I don't know if Taquan Symington's the best athlete. Is Marcus the best athlete? Is Travell the best athlete? They all give you flashes that you just don't see with most teams. When a guy like Tyreek Hawkins is your 4th most athletic player, you're pretty damn athletic, and that's what South has.
And he misses the first free throw. South struggling at the line late here in the game. See if he can knock this next one down to increase the lead to 9. Knocks down the second one. Increases the South's lead to 9.
Symington's up to a game-high 15 points to lead the Bulldogs tonight. Give it
this
up.
Defense,
Got to
man.
give it up, man. There it is. You get an open look. Dalen Swain scores again.
They're going, like you said, this trap defense.
Full court trap. They want to cause havoc.
And a bad pass there by Marcus Johnson, but a good, I guess you could call rebound finish. I don't know.
Cleans up his own pass after the deflection. Africentric wanted a foul there off the ball, didn't get it.
A good take there by Callie Davis. 48-55 now. South still up.
7-point game here.
Good Euro step there, and they
call the
travel.
They call the travel. 7-point game, 2 minutes left. You have to execute here. It's the biggest possession of the game for Africentric.
Do you think they're going to go down low with Swain Or do you think they're going to go out for a quick three-pointer by either Cali or...
You just got to read the defense. Take whatever's open. South is going to try and run and jump. You got to move the ball, find the open man. Dan Wagner hasn't scored in a while. This could be a time where he hits a big shot and gets back in the game.
I will see. And a good stillbird by Travell Adams. Looks like it, and just goes for the easy left. Good smart play.
Senior. He's smart senior. You need a bucket there. He could have got the dunk. You take the surefire layup. Back to 9 points. That's just been the story of the game for Africentric. They just turn the ball over in the most important times.
Another good drive there by Cali Davis, and finishes. A good take there by Cali Davis. He finishes strongly. 50-57. Let's see if he can knock down this free throw.
That is a big-time finish. He had Marcus Johnson trailing on his back for about the last 5 feet of that drive. Incredible body control and strength to finish that one up there.
Knocks it down. 6-point lead.
Davis has come alive here in the second half. He's got 11 points after halftime.
And they're going for the trap again. I think they got him. Oh.
You're not going to get Travell Adams. He's too smart. He's too controlled.
Another good drive by Symington. Man, he is having it himself. And another steal there. And a block.
Shaheem Pickens gets the steal. Josiah Smith shows his athleticism with the block. But going back to the trap, I like it for Africentric. But the thing is with South, Africentric's running the same trap that South runs. They practice it all the time. So these guys, they know how to do it on defense. They also know how to beat it, and that's how you get the wide open layup.
Travell Adams here. Looks for the drive. Looks like they're just going to waste time here. Good smart play.
I mean, there's no shot clock. Take care of the ball. We got a
timeout there.
Coach Spears fired up right now. Bulldogs leading 59-51 with 1:01 to go.
That was actually some pretty good defense there by Cali Davis. Almost forced a turnover there on South. But, speaking of Cali Davis, he's having himself in the second half. Coming into the game, he didn't really have the best of, I guess you could say, first half. Only, I believe, 2 points.
He struggled in the first half. They didn't really find a way to get him involved. They put the ball in his hands, on the ball here in the second half, and he's really converted, getting to the basket, finishing through contact. He's a kid, that's what he does. He's tough. He's built for these moments. He's been around. He was a sophomore when they went to the state title game in Division III back in 2018. Now the team's leader. He's put the team on his back here in the second half. And while he's started to heat up here in the second half, a guy like Dan Wagner, who was their, bell cow in the first half, he's only got one made bucket in the second half. They got to find a way to maybe get him involved here. Got an 8-point game, 1 minute remaining. Both teams with 18 fouls. Free throws are going to be key here. We'll see if South can convert, take care of the ball, and come out of here with a win and improve to 4-0.
You see Symington with the ball out of bounds. Travell Adams creating more space again. They're going to have to foul here.
Marcus Johnson going to the line, 1-1. This is the final 1-1 for South. They'll be in the double bonus with the next Africentric foul. Big free throws here for South.
And they, as you see, South puts in Sammy Barton there, just in case Marcus Johnson does miss the free throw here. Let's see if Africentric boxes out Sammy. Knocks down the first one.
Been really impressed with Marcus Johnson this season. It seems like he's turned a corner as a player, doing everything right. He hasn't had some of the lapses that he's had in the past. He's given this team complete maximum effort every game, and he's been arguably their MVP so far this season.
Knocks down both.
Big free throws for Johnson. He's got 8 points after halftime for 12 on the game.
See Eli Burke here. Takes the pull-up three. Good.
Marcus Johnson with another rebound. He's been everywhere tonight, especially on the defensive glass, shutting off second chance opportunities. And then defensively, he's just been incredible, erasing guys off the ball. And then when he's defending the ball, he's as good as they come.
As we see him going back to the line here, 61-51, just a little bit over 40 seconds left in the half. Looks like Columbus South is going to improve to 4-0 going into tomorrow against Thomas Worthington, as you said, at NWA Nationwide Arena for the play-by-play classic.
Johnson hits the first. So far tonight, he's 5 for 5 at the line. 5 for 7, actually. Missed those 2 intentional fouls. Forgot about those ones. Here's Johnson here. Chance to extend it to 12-point lead.
Knocks it down. And we get a quick timeout here by South. 63-51. Double bonus here also for South. Looks like this game may be just a little bit wrapped up now.
Africentric had their chance there when there was 2 minutes to go. They were down 7. They just forced a turnover, had a couple big buckets in transition. They turn the ball over. South extends the lead to 9, get another turnover. It's double digits. That was their chance. South's not going to relinquish this lead. The Bulldogs are seniors. They're tough. They're not going to give it up. Africentric, though, you got to fight back. You got to finish this game with some toughness and intensity. It's been a tough week for them. They had to play Walnut Ridge on Tuesday, turn around, play South. They got beat up a little bit against Ridge. This has been a more encouraging performance for them. They've hung tight. They just got to finish strong now.
As we see Callie Davis going down the court. Another driving. Good pass there, but he travels.
Another turnover.
More turnovers and offensive rebounds, basically.
That's the game. Africentric's going to look back on this film. They're going to see all those opportunities they lost and opportunities they gave up by allowing South to just come in and feast on the offensive glass.
They send Maurice Barnes to the line here. Missed his previous 2. Let's see if he can knock down these 2 to force it to a 65-51 lead for South. And misses another one.
First, 0 for 3 tonight at the line. 34 seconds left, though. I don't think it'll make a difference. South's going to have to turn around. They got a 3 p.m. tip-off tomorrow against Thomas Worthington.
The way that they played in this game, though, defensively and offensively, with Simonson, it's going to be a big factor in the game tomorrow.
They're just so athletic, man. They got so many guys they can throw at you. It seems like they come at you in waves. It seems like sometimes it's Trevel's turn to turn up. It's Bink's turn to turn up. Sammy, Marcus, they just come at you in waves, and they got so many weapons. I think, speaking now, it's still early. It's 4 games into the season, but I think in Division I, this team, they can compete for a regional title. There's no chance. There's no reason why they can't. They're senior-laden. They've been at the highest level, and, they're proving it again tonight.
Yep, he went right off of Callie Davis's leg there, but Callie Davis, as he misses the free throw there for Africentric. Force it. Oh,
almost forced a turnover, and they do. Great pass there by Wagner. Gets the bucket.
And they're going for Simpson down. They're going for the dunk. And gets blocked by Callie Davis. A good transition defensive play there.
Hey, I like the toughness. I like that. You're still down, but he's showing you're not going to do that to me on my home court.
And as we wrap up the game here, it looks like South's going to win this game 64-53. We're going to go down to the post-game show. Thank you guys.
Bulldogs improved to 4-0, 64-53 win for South. And we'll head down, like you mentioned, to the COHSS post-game show with Derek Owens Jr. and Ken James. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250. Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The future of broadcasting is evolving, and you can be on the front line. Digital and traditional media jobs are being created daily, and the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School can help you find your next career. With financial aid and job placement assistance available, the Columbus campus of the Ohio Media School provides instruction from industry experienced veterans like me, ready to share their knowledge of the media broadcasting industry. Contact us today at 614-655-5250 or apply online at beonair.com. The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Postgame show gets wrapped up with the COHSS. Derek Owens Jr. and Ken James, they're getting some interviews now. They're, pulling down Marcus Johnson and Taquan Symington, bringing those guys. We're just going to talk about the game. It was a tale of two halves. I thought South really dominated on the offensive glass in the first half. Africentric made it tight, close. Some top scorers in the game for South. You had Taquan Symington with 17 points to lead all scorers. He was terrific on both ends of the floor. I loved his energy. Marcus Johnson adds 14 points for the Bulldogs. Defensively, he was everywhere he needed to be. Locked up, got some great rebounds for them. Travell Adams in double figures as well. 11 points, had a couple big-time chase down blocks there on defense. 6 points for Chaz Thomas on 2 3-point field goals. Sammy Barton scores all 5 of his points. Offensive rebounds mainly and hit 1 free throw. And then you had Maurice Barnes with 5 points, Tyreek Hawkins, Shamar Lindsay, and Shaheem Pickens with 2 points each. For Africentric, you had 3 players in double figures. Callie Davis leads all scorers with 13 points, 11 of which after halftime. Dan Wagner and Dalen Swain each add 12 points. Swain had a great second half. He scored 9 of his 12 after halftime. Driving to the rim, he hit a 3 as well. And then Dan Wagner adds 12 as well. Hit 2 triples and then a couple strong drives. Josiah Smith finishes with 5 points, and then Ernest Johnson with 2 points. No other players score for Africentric. We talked about it all game long. I thought it would come down to offensive rebounds and turnovers. That's exactly what happened. We saw it here. South took advantage of those second chance opportunities. Your first time seeing South, what are your thoughts on them from what you saw tonight?
They just showed a lot of mental toughness in the game. Taquan Symington, usually the core 3 there, just phenomenal, I thought. Just the way they played defensively and offensively in the game.
They're constantly making plays, too. Those guys are so athletic. They come at you in ways like we mentioned, and that's what we saw tonight. It was Travell kind of starting off early in the game. Marcus had a great second and third quarter. I think Taquan, as Bink as they call him, really took over in the fourth quarter. Could have sealed it with the big dunk there.
Yeah.
What did you think about that block by Callie Davis?
I think that shows just showing like this is our court and you're not going to do it like you said at the end of the game. Good mental emotion, I guess, from him. And he had himself, Callie Davis. He had himself a big second half, and he showed up in the second half. And I just think moving forward for Africentric, they got to keep their heads high. They're coming off the two big, losses here in City League with Walnut Ridge and South, but keep their heads high. Callie Davis, keep your head high. It's going to be a good season. Just for
and they played. Early. It's just beginning. They played the top two teams in the City League back to back. That's a brutal schedule. Whoever does the scheduling in the City League, that's not really fair. Having to play those two teams back to back. And what's crazy is they played both of them at home. Now later in the season, they're going to have to go on the road and play both of them in the same week. So it's going to be a long season for Africentric. They're talented. They have the talent you need to win big games. In Division III, they're going to have a chance to win a district title, if not more. Tonight, Grandview Heights absolutely put it on Worthington Christian, 66-42 final score. Grandview was the defending district champ in Division III. They're D4 now. I think that opens the door a little bit for Africentric. They can compete with Harvest Prep. They can compete with Worthington Christian. You got teams like Johnstown that are going to be good. It's going to be a war. Division III has become the kind of the premier division of the small schools. You got big programs like Harvest Prep, Africentric, Worthington Christian. They've all been, other than Worthington Christian in the last couple of years, they've all been to the state tournament. So long season for Africentric. You're 1-3 now, but you got a lot of winnable games coming up. I think for the Nubians, you got to build off these wins. You got to find things to take from these games to improve on. They didn't play a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, but the little things, the controllables, you can't control if your shots are going to fall. You can't control if you're going to get a good whistle. You can't control your effort. You can't control if you're going to box out, if you're going to talk on defense, and limit your turnovers. If they can fix those things, they're talented enough. They can compete with anybody. They just got to fine-tune those things. And if they do, this is a team that's going to be able to compete for a district title, if not more, in Division III. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the Africentric there. I think what they need to improve on for next game is definitely offensive rebounding, boxing out, just not allowing that team, whoever, their next team to face, to get those offensive rebounds. That was basically their primary focus easy buckets. Today. You're giving them easy opportunities. It's a heck of a lot easier, to finish an offensive rebound putback than it is to execute a set and, come off a screen and hit a jumper. They all count for 2 points at the end of the day, so you got to lock up those things. For South, I was really impressed. I love those seniors. Like we mentioned, that core three, Taquan Symington, Travell Adams, Marcus Johnson. Tonight, they combined for 43 points of the 64 for the Bulldogs. South is going to improve to 4-0. As we mentioned, tomorrow in the Scholastic Play-by-Play Classic, big-time matchup against Thomas Worthington. Could be a Division I district final preview. But once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. 270 Hoops Game of the Week, powered by Score on Air and the Ohio Media School. I'm your host with my co-hosts Zach Fleer, Tanner Whirling. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be at Bishop Reedy High School as they take on St. Francis de Sales.
Design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts?
The game today for South High School, who has 17 big points, and Marcus Johnson also with the big game offensively, defensively. Ken, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start with the questions for Taquan and see how you felt tonight.
So Taquan, you had a big game, 17 points. What was your mindset coming into this game tonight?
And just win, play together.
Marcus, I want to talk to you, man. Every time the South has a big game, you play, above and beyond, both offensively, defensively, steals, deflections. Just talk about the preparation for tonight. What did you guys want to achieve, knowing what's ahead of you tomorrow?
What we wanted to achieve, just playing defense. Basically, that's all we practice every time. But we practice like having a high motor, because practice it start off with practice. You practice how you play. So we basically just practice. We played for this game. Everybody wanted to see this game. We gave them what we had.
So, again, you got the victory tonight. Remain undefeated, 4-0 in the City League South Division. So this was a big game. But let's get to what everybody wants to talk about tomorrow, the play-by-play classic. You guys are going to open the event 3 o'clock tomorrow versus Thomas Worthington. Let's talk about that. How excited are you guys to be a part of this event?
It's a big step for us, not knowing that we could compete with these teams. So people saying like we're D2, we were D2 last year, but we're moving up to D1. So it's like we got a point to prove playing up to this team.
So what do you guys expect to see in this big-time matchup with Worthington tomorrow?
This will be a good game. I know they're going to come out and play, but we'll come out and play harder.
So, let's talk about some of their big three. You got Jalen Solinger, Tyrese Huey to transfer. What's the game plan? What do you expect from them on this kind of stuff?
They hearing this?
They going to come out and play.
Nah, yeah.
They going to come out and play.
We really.
We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this.
We practice every team. Every team is the same to us, basically.
We actually played against them. We scrimmaged them a couple times. Yes, sir.
So you guys are confident.
Yeah, very.
Sound real confident.
So I do want to talk about the remaining of the play-by-play classic before we let you guys go. Also, tomorrow teams that will be playing from Central Ohio: Hilliard Bradley, Pickerington Central, Pick North, and then the headliner that everybody's waiting on tomorrow: Sierra Canyon with Zaire Wade, Ronnie James, and others against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary, who will bring Malachi Branham, and they'll try to get the upset. So, outside of your game, just talk about the environment, being a part of an event with these kind of names, the national exposure. Outside of getting a victory tomorrow, just talk about the event being part of it.
I mean, it's a big deal for us because the names, and it's just, I appreciate being in this event. Actually, I'm glad that we're in this event so we can show people and we can show the world that we're destined to play in events like this.
Absolutely. Well, with you guys playing in the state championship last year, I don't think this light will be too bright for you guys. Do you guys think the light will be too bright?
No, we cool. Good. Yeah, we cool on that.
Hey, this is Derek Owens, and for Ken James, this is the Mojo Sports Gear CHOCOHSS post-game show, again with Taquan Symington, Bink, 17 big points tonight, and Marcus Johnson, who did it all: offense, defense, rebounds, putbacks. 4-0 in the City League South. Big game tomorrow. Make sure you get out there. Nationwide Arena, 4 games. It's going to be exclusive. You don't want to miss out on this. And signing off. We'll see you guys next week. Be good.